Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Platinum Collection of January 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful, and most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. But first, a word from our sponsor, JT After Dark. You've read the threads, you've seen the warnings, but you haven't heard them like this. I'm JT. I take the internet's most terrifying stories and give them a voice. From Reddit's deepest archives to the legends that haunt the web, I bring the horror to life. Join me on JT After Dark. Subscribe now and let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Asterigos, Curse of the Stars, an action-adventure game often labeled as a Souls-like due to its stamina-based combat and challenging nature. However, it leans more towards accessibility, earning the title Souls-Light. Following the journey of Hilda, a young warrior on the North Wind Legion, you delve into a world reminiscent of the Roman conquest, featuring twists on Greek and Roman gods and legends. Equipped with 6 diverse weapons, including a sword and shield, twin daggers, a massive hammer, a spear, a magical staff or bracers, Hilda's arsenal offers flexibility and depth. You can seamlessly switch between 2 weapons, each of its combos and special abilities, enhancing the combat experience. The addition of elemental states further diversifies your tactics, providing a strategic advantage. Asterigos doesn't follow the traditional Souls-like formula entirely. The absence of a limited healing flask and the ability to collect salves adds a unique touch. While over 20 challenging bosses await you, the game maintains a fair balance, ensuring that death doesn't result in significant setbacks. The narrative unfolds through echoes, magical imprints of past conversations, adding depth to the story. However, the lack of a map or clear navigation can be a drawback, occasionally leaving you uncertain about your next move. Visually, Asterigos doesn't stand out dramatically, but its well-drawn environments and cartoony art style suit the narrative. Despite a few areas where the game falters, such as repetitive combat strategies and an awkward jump mechanic, Asterigos, Curse of the Stars emerges as an excellent adventure game. With a likable protagonist, an intriguing world, and satisfying combat, it offers an engaging experience, especially for those seeking a more accessible entry into the Souls-like genre. At number 2 we have Havendock Complete, a cozy colony sim where you build a thriving settlement atop the ocean's surface. Starting from humble beginnings by collecting floating debris, you eventually lead your castaways into a high-tech society. You can create a character, farm, raise animals, and even master mad science to build submarines or rockets. You'll find the gameplay loop incredibly addictive, especially during the early stages. The just one more task energy keeps you hooked as you manage resources and welcome new settlers to automate chores. However, your experience may vary as you progress. While some players find the quirky charm and peaceful pacing endearing, others note that the mid-game can feel aimless or grindy. You might encounter performance issues, such as frame drops or hitches when expanding your docks, even on high-end hardware. The game offers a blend of Minecraft and Raft, featuring easy controls but occasionally confusing menus. You should be prepared for some rough edges in UI design and character models, which some find unfinished for a full release. Additionally, while the game boasts automation, certain resources like cotton or coffee beans can be frustratingly difficult to streamline. Havendock is a chill creative sandbox best enjoyed if you love base building and decorating. It provides roughly 8 to 20 hours of engaging content, making it a solid choice, particularly if you can snag it in a bundle. Despite some technical splinters and a lack of polish in the late game, the charm often shines through. The complete edition includes Havendock Wizard Island, an expansion where you discover Asteria, a magical isle featuring mana-based research and production chains. You can befriend 5 wizards, build 10 arcane structures, and use 20 unique spells to buff your settlement or automate chores with speedy Wisp NPCs. However, you might find the integration frustrating. Access is restricted to the late game because it requires lithium. By that point, spells for basic needs like hunger often feel redundant. While the concept is charming and the new buildings add flair, the high level requirement and long spell cooldowns can limit the DLC's overall utility. At number 3 we have Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express. This game brings Hercule Poirot's classic case to life with a modern twist. Microids Studio updates the famous detective story to 2023, complete with cell phones and new challenges. You'll step into Poirot's shoes, examining evidence, interrogating suspects, and piecing together clues with a mind map system that turns their deductions into clear steps, making the mystery more accessible and engaging. The game captures the elegance of the Orient Express with detailed 3D environments, lavish dining cars, cozy cabins, and the hum of the train's movement. Poirot's journey becomes a scenic, interactive experience as you explore each corner of the train, solve puzzles, and encounter a cast of characters, like a Russian princess, a businessman, a colonel, and more, each with secrets waiting to be uncovered. Gameplay balances puzzles, observation, and deduction without the stress of failure, allowing you to retry answers until you get it right. There is also an intriguing new character, Joanne Locke, adding flashback sequences that reveal layers to the mystery. While the linearity and occasional hand-holding may feel restrictive, it is perfect for those who enjoy a smooth, story-driven experience. This game might be light on difficulty for veteran puzzle solvers, but its rich storytelling, immersive visuals, and faithful expansion of Christie's work make it a captivating journey for any fan of classic mysteries. At number 4 we have Fae Tactics, a turn-based strategy RPG that revitalizes and simplifies the typically lengthy tactical JRPG format. As Peony, you embark on a quest filled with elemental rock-paper-scissors dynamics, creature collecting, and combo attacks. The game strips away excessive menus, offering a fast-paced experience reminiscent of classics like Final Fantasy Tactics. Peony's journey starts with a broken-down motorcycle and leads to a world of witches, kingdoms, and ancient conflicts between humans and Fae. While the overarching narrative focuses on her search for her missing mother, it's the smaller, quirky stories within the game that often steal the spotlight. In battles, the game encourages you to establish routines before throwing curveballs your way. Elemental enemies, battlefield features, and traps keep encounters engaging and occasionally challenging. Adapting to these challenges become essential, and clever strategies often involve turning enemy traps against them. However, the game features frustrating protection missions, where friendly NPCs occasionally make questionable decisions, leading to failures. Customization options for characters are limited compared to similar games, like Disgaea, emphasizing strategic depth over complexity. Fae Tactics excels in offering streamlined combat experiences, without sacrificing depth. Battles are quick-paced, with passive abilities allowing you to focus on active decisions rather than navigating menus. The game's most satisfying moments come when you assemble the perfect team and execute precise strategies. While the story takes a backseat to combat, it introduces you to a lovable cast of characters and a vibrant world, filled with quirky creatures. Fae Tactics captures the nostalgia of collecting and bonding with these creatures while delivering enjoyable battles. In conclusion, Fae Tactics simplifies the tactics RPG genre, making it accessible and engaging. While it doesn't reinvent the wheel, its streamlined approach and charming character roster offer a delightful experience for strategy enthusiasts. At number 5 we have Windjammers 2, a vibrant revival of Dada East's 1994 Neo Geo classic, blending the simplicity of Pong with the intensity of a high-stakes fighting game. Developed by retro experts Dotemu, this sequel transforms a cult favorite frisbee-slinging sport into a modern masterpiece. You select from an extended roster of 10 distinct characters, including returning legends like Hiromi and Klaus, alongside newcomers like Max Hurricane, each balanced between speed and raw power. The core gameplay remains wonderfully straightforward. You aim to throw your disc past your opponent into point-based goals, while defending your own. However, you'll find the strategic depth greatly enhanced by new mechanics. Beyond the original dashes and lobs, you now have access to slap shots, curve throws, and a jumping spike smash. A new EX meter allows you to unleash devastating power disc shots, or tactical power toss defenses, making every match a frenetic, high-speed battle of wits. Visually, you'll notice a shift from pixels to hand-drawn comic book-style sprites that maintain the original's chilled beach vibes while looking sharp on modern screens. While the arcade mode retains a nails-hard difficulty, the game truly rewards your growing skill. A minor frustration you might face is the poorly implemented tutorial system, which lacks a proper playable training mode. Despite this, the game excels as a competitive experience. Whether you're playing on the couch or online, Windjammers 2 delivers a rowdy, addictive tension that proves this slept-on franchise deserves a spot in the limelight. At number 6 we have Ring of Pain, A game that offers a distinct blend of challenging gameplay, unique mechanics, and a healthy dose of frustration, combining elements of deck building and dungeon crawling. In Ring of Pain, you find yourself in a mysterious tower, and the narrative is cryptic. While there are a couple of characters, neither provides much lore, and their repetitive dialogues leave much to be desired. The core gameplay revolves around a deck of cards arranged in a circular pattern. Each card represents different elements, including enemies, stat boosts, items, potions, equipment, and doors. Your goal is to rotate these cards strategically, progressing through dungeons to reach the exit. The game's turn-based nature adds complexity, as you must navigate past various enemies with varying abilities. Your character's stats, such as attack, defense, speed, and clarity, play a crucial role in combat. The game's combat mechanics involve calculating the differences in stats between your character and enemies to determine damage dealt and taken. While you can use items and equipment to enhance your stats, some carry curses, introducing a risk and reward dynamic. Ring of Pain excels in its blend of luck and strategy. Each run unlocks new items and equipment for future attempts, offering a sense of progression. However, the game's difficulty often feels punishing, with challenging enemy encounters and frustrating situations. The reliance on luck can lead to situations where success or failure feels beyond your control. Despite its frustrating moments, Ring of Pain manages to captivate players with its unique gameplay loop. The game's mechanics, creepy art style, and overall execution make it a compelling experience. At number 7 we have Lil Guardsman, a whimsical fantasy adventure that serves as a simplified Saturday morning cartoon take on the mechanics popularized by Papers, Please. You play as Lil, a 12-year-old girl filling in for her deadbeat father at the city's border patrol. Instead of dense document checking, your task revolves around interrogating a colorful queue of fantasy species and deciding who gains entry. You'll find the gameplay revolves around a 3-point action system. To achieve a perfect 4-star rating, you must probe visitors for information or use anachronistic tools like an X-ray machine, metal detector, or truth spray. While the puzzles are generally gentle and rarely stump you, the game's strength lies in its presentation. The handsomely drawn visuals and charming voice acting bring the oddball cast to life, making even simple encounters feel memorable. Between shifts, you explore the city, engage in minigames, and follow a surprisingly reactive narrative. You'll see the ripple effect of your choices, such as how drafting specific citizens impacts a war effort later in the story. However, you should note that the game lacks the moral ambiguity of its inspiration. It often presents correct answers via a rating system, which can feel jarring during segments involving unfair laws or fantasy-based prejudices. Despite some repetitiveness in its 6-hour runtime and a low difficulty curve, Lil Guardsman is a winsome tale of consequences. It is an enduring entry-level management sim that prioritizes humor and narrative satisfaction over stress. At number 8 we have Let's School, a captivating school management simulation set in a rural town. As the headmaster, you take charge of a dilapidated educational institution, aiming to transform it into a center of excellence. Your responsibilities include attracting students, hiring staff, creating courses, managing finances, and maintaining discipline. The game's aesthetic, reminiscent of a high school art class, distinguishes it with warm autumn tones and pastel shades, offering a relaxed atmosphere. Similar to Sega's 2-Point Campus, Let's School introduces its own unique approach, steering away from cartoonish elements. Despite a few rough edges in animation and repetitive character dialogue, the game engages players in a balanced mix of building construction, staff management, and research. Constructing and upgrading the school plays a central role, with familiar controls facilitating the process. Micromanagement extends to student and staff needs, with nuanced choices impacting the overall school environment. While there are minor limitations in certain aspects, such as limited choices in furnishings and predictable student behavior, the game introduces entertaining elements like field trips and end-of-the-year pep talks. Let's School stands out as a functional management sim, with occasional moments of brilliance offering a solid B-grade experience. Despite some areas needing refinement, the game's charming aesthetic and engaging gameplay make it a worthwhile, relaxing sandbox management adventure. The potential for improvement suggests there is some after-school tutelage. Let's School could excel further. At number 9 we have Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, a veggie-filled roguelite from Snoozy Kazoo, packed with internet humor and criminal chaos. You step back into the leafy shoes of Turnip Boy, this time ditching tax evasion for a full-on bank robbery spree. Each run has you diving into static randomized rooms, looting cash, shooting enemies, and dodging bullets before racing back to your hideout. The roguelite formula keeps the pace snappy, though you'll notice a small pool of rooms starts feeling repetitive fast. Upgrades like more health, damage, and hilarious hats are bought with your hard-earned loot, and the dark web adds an extra layer of silliness and strategy. You'll unlock new tools as you go, but after the first hour or so, you'll be swimming in cash, making progression pretty easy. Boss battles and harder difficulties though are a real test of your skills and keep things exciting. Turnip Boy's weapon variety steals the show. Whether you're blasting tunes with a conch shell gun or wielding a ridiculous frog blaster, you constantly want to swap weapons just to see what absurdity you can cause next. The humor is very online. If you're into goofy internet memes and absurd side quests like helping a carrot Frankenstein a berry person, you'll be right at home. Otherwise, it might not click. At around 5 hours long, the adventure is short and sweet, but you'll probably wish there was more. Still, if you need a few good laughs and a fun afternoon, this criminal turnip delivers. At number 10 we have Grapple Dog's Cosmic Canines and Grapple Dog Double Pack, a high-octane collection featuring two of the most inventive 2D platformers in recent years. The original Grapple Dog and its dimension-hopping sequel Cosmic Canines. You play as Pablo, a joyous Labrador who uses a grappling hook to swing through vibrant GBA-inspired worlds. In the sequel, the roster-expansive Luna, a shoot-first anti-hero whose gunplay and air dashes provide a sharp, frantic contrast to Pablo's momentum-based swinging. You'll find the gameplay loop incredibly satisfying if you enjoy the flow state of rhythmic platforming. The first title tasks you with stopping a robotic overlord across 6 colorful worlds, emphasizing precise swings and hidden collectibles. Cosmic Canines elevates its formula by introducing mad science power-ups, like turning into electricity or growing climbable vines. While the first game is a triumphant homage to the past, the sequel refines the physics and adds a hip-hop infused soundtrack that keeps your tail wagging through every time trial. You should be prepared for a steep challenge, especially in the later stages of both games. While the checkpoint systems are forgiving, mastering the pixel-perfect physics requires genuine skill. Some reviewers note that Pablo's jumping can feel slightly finicky compared to the buttery smooth grappling, but the sheer variety of levels, ranging from neon monkey metropolises to rhythm-based stages, ensures you're never bored. Whether you're speedrunning or hunting for secret fruit to buy new outfits, this pack delivers pure, unadulterated platforming bliss. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is an absolute steal if you're looking to bulk up your Steam library with high-quality indies. For just under $10, you can snag gems like Lil Guardsman and Mika and the Witch's Mountain, which are total vibes for cozy gaming sessions. If you're into precision platforming, the Grapple Dog Double Pack is a must-pick for the physics alone. It's a top-tier build-your-own bundle that actually feels premium without breaking the bank. Don't sleep on it. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.